everyone, and welcome to episode 17. I think, is it 17?
It is
episode
17.
17 of the Clueless Internet podcast. I'm your host, Alex. I'm joined once again by the wonderful Howard.
Hello.
And we're back with some facts, fakes, and fuck-ups. I think you kind of know the format by now. Let's jump in to our first section. Today I learned.
Sit down and shut up.
Today, I learned.
Shut up.
Shut up. I learned.
Sit down. Be quiet. Shut up.
Okay, welcome to our first section. Today I learned. Howard, are you ready for the 4 facts that I've gathered from across one subreddit because I'm extremely lazy?
No.
No? Okay, well, thank you for listening, guys. It's been a good episode. Bye. Really short. Congrats.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome, bro. My first fact for you today is today I learned about saving lives with mimes. Now, what do you think about that one?
Touching back on our previous episode of the
Yes.
master mime.
Of the master mime from, I think it was 2 episodes ago, I think. Was it episode...
No, I've slipped since then.
Yeah. It was...
I think it was 15.
Yeah, that's what I think. I think it was episode 15 where we talked about Penis Man. So...
It was Marionette Man and...
Well, Marionette Man was the one that was...
The mime that always screamed what he was doing.
Yeah. Box!
I'm trapped in a box!
Ah! Where's the door? It's disappeared! That was the guy going after Penis Man.
Oh,
we had
yeah,
the
it was.
marionette guy going around the corner and getting stuck. Oh, fuck it.
It was a saga.
So, yeah, if you want to listen to the saga of Penis Man, go back to episode 15. Without any further ado, let's move on to our current mimes. So, this is in the Colombian capital of Bogota. I think it's Bogota.
Sounds cool.
The mayor at the time, Antanas Marcos. I'm really struggling already.
Is he the... There's no I in there, is there? So it's not Antonio. No, it's
Antanas Marcos. He was actually a mathematician and philosopher and had no political experience. And was elected in 1995.
I just showed up.
Hey, heard you need a mayor.
They put a gold chain around my neck and called me the mayor.
I was really high, so I said yes. So with the Harvard baguette, I want to say.
With a Harvard baguette.
The Harvard Gazette saying Bogota was choked with violence, had lawless traffic, corruption, and gangs of street children who mugged and stole. So during his 2 terms, non-consecutive, I don't know when the second one, like, I did go on the Wikipedia, and it did say from 1995 to 1997, so...
A short stint.
A very short stint, but I don't think that was it. I think he did longer than that, because it says non-consecutive, so it couldn't have been the 2 years together, so...
So he did like a year and then took a year off and then came back for another year.
Well, that's what I want to think, but...
Or he was just in and out constantly.
I hope he was just in and out
I
constantly.
just forgot something. I'll be back in 2 months.
Oh, yeah, here's a new policy. Bye. So he tried the unexpected to get unexpected results. When there was a water shortage, he appeared on TV taking a shower and turning off the shower when he was lathering up. He then asked his people to do the same. And this actually lowered water consumption by 14% until people realized how much they were saving on bills. Then it went down to 40%. It went down by 40%. So it worked. So success.
So he was essentially like giving them a time limit on the show. It was kind of like, do everything with me and we're going to do this nice and quick. And then everyone out the shower.
Oh, I don't think it was like an 8 o'clock everyone has to be in the shower.
Oh, I
with
would have done
me.
like a TV broadcast and there's a TV screen in the shower and you have to shower with me.
Just loads of people getting electrocuted.
Scrub for the dear leader.
I'm doing it. Did you get behind your ears?
You shut them off.
Oh, God. Oh, so close. He says, knowledge empowers people. If people knew the rules and are sensitized by art, humor, and creativity, they are much more likely to accept change. So that was a raging success. 40% lower on bills. tick,
Yeah.
cha-ching.
If you can generally give people things to be happy about, then
Exactly, using less,
You can-
using less water and using
Yeah.
less of the monies. He also gave out 350,000 cards with thumbs up and thumbs down on them. They were essentially to approve and disapprove of citizens' behaviour. So if you saw somebody being a dick, you just walk up to them with a red
red
thumb.
card
Yeah, fuck you.
off.
I mean, you wouldn't say that. You just
the
hold up
bench.
the card. Get off my street. So they were actively used and surprisingly peaceful. No,
It kind of sounds like a rating system on the phone, though,
Yes,
with like
it is.
the 5 stars and stuff.
it is, and I think it was just a way to. I think he said it was.
Around with a hat that they can put them in your brim so everyone can see all your down thumbs.
Well, it's like you have one on the back of your head, which is the red one, and then the one on the front, which is the green. So if you like someone, you look at them. If you don't, you just
Look
turn your
away.
head around. Howard, why are you turning away from?
Oh.
But yeah, so they were used surprisingly peacefully and actively. So another tick for our main man Marcus. He also had people call in when they had a good taxi driver. 150 people called in about good taxi drivers. He then rounded them all up and asked them how to tackle the mean taxi drivers.
Oh.
Calling it the Knights of the Zebra.
Yeah,
for some reason.
Just kill them.
Yeah, we just showed them. I mean, to be fair,
Just taxi wars in the streets.
wow. Taxidermy.
You mind if I take a little detour here? I gotta take out some competition.
Rate me 5 stars.
5 stars, please. And have a nice day.
I mean, it probably would cause sort of a taxi battle, a taxi war, because then you'd just be like, oh, well, these guys are dickheads. I'm just going to run them off the road.
Feel like Burnout with taxis, just like fucking slamming people off the road.
What do you mean, like Burnout? It was.
It was Burnout. What do you think Burnout was based on?
Colombia. He also initiated a night for women. This is where more than 700,000 women went out for the it was on the first 3 nights of this thing. 700,000 women went out with 1,500 women police in charge of the Bogota security.
So
essentially,
was it like, men, go home for the night?
while men would stay home and look after the family.
Okay.
So this came about when Florence Thomas, a feminist and professor at Columbia National University, pointed out that women were scared to go out at night. To which Marcus said, "At that time, we were also looking for what would be the best image for the city. And I realized that if we see women with streets with many women, you feel safer." So,
and we thought cages for the men was a bit extreme.
yeah, and we also put them on leashes. It didn't really give us the best image. Got a few more tourists, though. Very weird.
Come see our guys.
And
Have a
gay old
time.
But so the men staying at home wasn't actually mandatory, though. It was voluntary.
It was suggestive.
Yeah, it was voluntary.
Yeah.
And if they couldn't bear to stay inside during the 6 hours, they were asked to carry a self-styled safe conduct pass. So I don't know what that exactly means. I assume they just got a crayon and drew "I am safe" on their little conduct card and had to show it to police.
Well, I suppose if they didn't have like a criminal record or something, they could just apply for one of these, I suppose. So they could just walk the streets and be like, I'm a good guy.
Yeah, probably. Oh, you just had a cape with S on the back for safe. And then you also have the green and the
not
red.
super dangerous.
Oh god, this country sounds really confusing. You've got, oh shit, you could have super dangerous people who have black and red capes or something just as the S on it, and it's like, I'm super dangerous. And then the one with the blue and red, I'm super safe. And then that causes a riot.
I'm colorblind.
I can't tell who's good and not.
I'm going home.
People getting stabbed up. Are you good? So with this one, you also just had 200,000 men going out that I did there.
Start again.
Keep that in. Only 200,000 men went out that night. I did put that night, but it was a 3 night, so I don't know if that was spread over the 3. It may be. Past me, check that. Thank you.
I didn't do it.
I didn't do it. Call back to a future fact that something will happen with that. You'll get it later. Timestamp. It won't happen. With some calling Marcus a clown on TV. And with this approach of unexpectedness, he tried to tackle traffic fatalities by hiring 20 mimes. They would be used to improve both traffic and citizens' behaviour by following pedestrians who didn't follow crossing rules. So granted, there's 20 in the capital, so that's not a lot. You'd get one on like every every street.
It's not. It's not like a lot of people, but when you,
Well-
they'll get around. They're mimes.
Well, what they would do
They
is
could mime drive in to the scene.
well, they've just hired screaming mimes. You fucking suck! While holding up the red card. They would track and mock pedestrians who ran across streets going, what kind of a run is that? Oh, no, they wouldn't speak. They'd just walk up to them and trip them
And
over.
slap them in the face.
Yeah.
I'm miming slapping you.
Ow! While also poking fun at reckless drivers. I don't know how they did this.
Just jumped in front of him.
I'm a victim! Stop! They're just stuntmen as well. Mockers thought that people would be more receptive to mocking than a fine, which I can see. I think I'd rather have a private fine than someone calling me a dickhead on the street.
Yeah, people don't. Yeah, people. One of the last things people want. People are quite happy being reprimanded, but people don't like to be humiliated.
Yeah. It's in. If you've ever read the book, how to gain. I think it's Gain Friends and Influence People or something like that by Dale Carnegie. He does say about that you should shame people in private and praise them in public.
Yeah,
because it does lower a lot of morale if you do it.
Well,
if you do it in front of a lot of people.
well, yeah, because
You lose respect.
You lose respect of the because you'd look like an asshole
Of your fellow drivers as you hit that tree. He said it was a pacifist counterweight with neither words nor weapons. The mimes were doubly unarmed. My goal was to show the importance of cultural regulations. The program became so successful and popular, actually reducing traffic fatalities by more than 50% from 1,300 per year to 600. Yeah. So this guy's fucking on a roll.
Yeah. So how was he only in for 2 years in and out?
Well, I think he went to run for president.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure how that went for him. It may have gone well. Who knows? You will have to look into that. I'm sorry I did not gain that information. And they hired an extra 400 mimes, making a grand total of 420 mimes. The perfect number. And lastly, he would also wear a cape and call himself Super Citizen.
So we were halfway there.
Yes. So he's super dangerous. I mean, super citizen.
Super safe.
Yeah, super safe citizen, dangerous. So that's our man Marcus, our Colombian president. Mayo president. Let's move on to our next fact. Today I learned about making history with Monopoly. And in a good way. Let me just...
I want to know how you do it the bad way.
You don't be a dangerous citizen. That is how you do it. So on Monday, November the 27th, 1961, 4 Pittsburgh students sat down to play a game of Monopoly. They were fraternity brothers from the Sigma Alpha Mu campus or camp. Is it campus or camp that they have, or just the building? I don't really know much about fraternities in America.
It depends. I assume if you're in a fraternity, your
Pittsburgh.
place is on campus, so it would be,
It would just be a campus crew, wouldn't it? Really.
Yeah.
I have seen one where some of these fraternities are fucking huge. Like some of them look like the building itself looks sort of like a university. They've been going for a long time, but some of them are very impressive. I saw one that like they hosted parties there. They'd blow up like slides and everything, and ping pong tables everywhere. It looked fucking awesome. And then you just go to like a university in England, and everyone hates each other and just doesn't want to speak. The fraternity brothers were Eddie Leeds, Howard Finkel,
that's me,
Alan Paulinoff, and Sherman Fogel. That's me. We're really old. We're really old. So if you see any old people out there in the world, it's us.
It's always us.
It's always us. Every time.
Got our eyes on you.
Yeah. I'm a mime. They began to split up into teams I don't know if it was as the game went on or just as it started. So it was Leeds and Finkel versus Paulinoff and Fogel. So it's me versus you, essentially. But because of this, it became much harder to knock anyone out because there's 2 people. So you'll be able to help each other out. And they made history. Somebody had a Monopoly game and we started to play this thing. And sooner or later, we realized that we couldn't end it, said Eddie, one of the original players. I don't know how a Pittsburgh accent goes. I don't know where Pittsburgh is, actually.
Is it like
Pittsburgh.
It's big. I know. I'm not sure.
No, neither am I.
I think that's just.
But we'll
I
go
think
with
that's
that.
just a New York guy saying.
We'll go with
Pittsburgh.
that. Somebody had a Monopoly game and we started playing this thing. And sooner or later, we realized we couldn't end it. There you go. That's my Eddie impression. I'm sorry if you sound completely different. He just sounds like us. So after going into late Monday night, Eddie called KDKA, Pittsburgh Local News. Hey, we're in the middle of a Monopoly game and we can't end it. And we're gonna keep this thing going. To which the news room hung up the phone promptly. No.
Is
So,
it? See? Hung up.
saw. And then so at 3 a.m. on Tuesday, someone came from the local news to watch them play for some reason. I mean, 1961, was there a hell of a lot going on? Local news-wise? I know national news, definitely, but local news-wise.
Oh, well, local news in America has always been a much bigger thing than in this country.
Has it?
Yeah, it's compared to this country, like you'd kind of like it's because everything's in like states and stuff like that. It's such a vast area.
I suppose so. Yeah, you'd have Iowa news, wouldn't you? And you'd
Yeah,
have,
so like we
Colorado.
get once a day we'll get like the local news, but for them it was more like local news was most of your news, and then you would move on to the
National news.
news. Whereas for us it's national news, and then we move on to a little bit of local news.
Okay. Oh, that does make quite good sense, actually.
Yeah.
Very well done, Howard. I'm glad you know your Americas. So, the Americas.
Yes.
Yeah. So in Pittsburgh, California, now it was Tuesday morning, and they had classes to go to, so they had to substitute people in their place, having 30 people playing at any given time. So this was a big Monopoly board. So there was no pieces; it was just people that they'd use. And if you
So you just walk around this giant. Like,
yeah, so
I
if
kind of
you
want to play.
if you collapsed, you lost.
Do I get a little metal car
No, you,
to poodle around in?
we shoot you if you lose.
Yeah, oh.
There's your milk car. In the gut. No, it was a regular sized one. I wish it was. But then tragedy struck.
Everyone died.
Everyone died, and the bank ran out of money. But because no one died. So what did they do? They contacted the Parker Brothers, the company who owned Monopoly. As I think, is it Hasbro now, or because
I don't want to say. I think it might be, but I don't want to say because I'm not sure.
Yeah. I'll say
sure.
because I get my facts wrong most of the time. It's probably
It's owned by
Hasbro.
Haribo.
It's owned by Coca-Cola. If I'm right, I will be damned. Buy me Coca-Cola, thank you. Pepsi's better.
You can't say that.
I can and I will.
And I just did.
Pepsi's better, branded. And they did, and they didn't want to risk the news coverage and the fraternity magazine article that would come out of this. They wouldn't stand for this shortage of cash. So the Parker Brothers president, Robert Barton, sadly not Parker, Robert Parker, got back to them saying, refuse to let the bank fail. Rushing $1 million Monopoly dollars to you by airmail. Carry on. So,
Away, my sons.
go! And it's just, what? We don't have a plan.
And be pretend rich.
While I be real rich. Idiots. So he also told them to sort of revert some money back to the bank so that they could carry on playing until the money got there. So they carried on the game.
broke the rules.
They broke the rules.
Okay, so
and-
this is all moot. It's a fallacy. We should move on.
But they were allowed to do it because of the Parker brothers.
Because of the president of Monopoly.
Because of the president of Monopoly. I'm going to be honest, if the president of like Santa Monica called me and said, "Oh, Alex, you know, you can skip a few levels of God of War," I'll just be like, "Oh, okay, bye." And then I will not feel like a cheater. I'm not missing out on this. A brilliant game, God of War by Santa Monica. Another, sponsor me, please. So the $1 million was picked up at the airport and was transferred by Bink Security armored trucks arriving Tuesday night in the nick of time. They broke the bank once again before it arrived. Crisis averted. Then the Wall Street Journal got involved. They thought the game was an excellent representation of inflation, which I suppose it kind of is, maybe. Would it be?
No, they just
ran out of money.
They just ran out of money and decided to break the rules.
So, yeah. What?
No, a good example of inflation would be if you actually introduced a rule where
You have a percentage every day where the price goes up.
Well, if you've been playing for, say, if like every half an hour, essentially, you can count every half an hour as like a decade in Monopoly time, then you'd increase by percentage, and you go that was for inflation.
Because the houses aren't costing more, and the places aren't costing more as the place goes on.
You would need to introduce new money to the bank, so they would go to the reserve and request more money, and there you would have a perfect representation of inflation.
But that's
because
boring.
the countries run out of money. And if you wanted a perfect representation, you'd have to include the fucking nation's debt and everything. It's not a very good example of
And that's
inflation.
boring.
In fact, it's a terrible example of inflation.
That's boring. So we're not going to do that. Fuck you, Wall Street. No.
Here's some free money.
And the Frat magazine said several economists professors suggested that their students watch the game to see how the value of money can be deflated when too much of it is in circulation. So the game went on for 2 more days, but with finals approaching, fucking finals, they knew it couldn't last forever. They ended it on Saturday, December the 2nd, at the fraternity's Founders' Day dinner. They're having a fucking dinner, dude. This place is big. With the last dice being thrown by the Parker brother vice president, Randolph Barton. Ending the match with Finkel and Leeds with $146,000.
Yeah.
And Polnoff and Fogel with $133,000. So you won.
We are the best greedies.
You won, I think. Howard won the match. Howard in 1961 won it, which is now Howard
time
in
travel
2020. So after 120.5 hours of Monopoly, it was declared the longest game ever. At the dinner, Barton awarded the fraternity with a wooden embossed version of Monopoly, as well as 100 copies of assorted games, which were donated to Greater Pittsburgh United Fund and distributed at Christmas that year to needy children in Pittsburgh, which is a nice end to the story. Yeah. Which is when we move on to our next fact. Not such a nice story towards the end. Today I learned about the love dart. Do you want to have a get? Have you ever heard of the love dart, Herd?
That's what I calls my penis.
Yes. This fact's about Herd's penis. Brown garden snails.
That's also what I call my penis.
Originated in the Mediterranean. They thrive in moist places. Same as my penis.
They do.
If it's too dark or too cold, they will just burrow back into their shells and wait for a bit of rain.
We're talking about penises.
That's why this podcast is called Clueless.
Who?
I think the snails. But when it's nice and wet, that's when the love bug hits. Gotta start off by saying that these brown garden snails are hermaphrodites, meaning that they are kitted out with both male and female reproductive capabilities.
Nice.
Which means that they can mate with whomever they please.
Nice.
But that's where the battleground lies.
Oh.
The war between snails. The fundamental problem for snails, who are both male and female at the time, is how you optimize both your male functions and your female functions, says Barry Roth, an independent snail and slug consultant.
And he is a slug with a tiny little trilby.
Yeah. How are you today? Just not answering me again. How are you today? Ow! Love dart. That will make sense very soon. So the female side of the reproduction cycle, in most cases, I know seahorses carry the children, I think. The male seahorses, it transfers over to them.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. So we all know that the female side of reproduction is a lot harder. It requires a lot more time, energy, and resources being invested. So the snails, they're just like, dude, you do it, not me. You do it. No, you be the
Let's
girl.
all just be dudes.
Just dudes being guys.
We fixed it.
So slowly.
Wait, how do we Oh no.
Oh God. I'm dying. So courtship is how they sort this out. Who's going to be male and who's going to be female? Or is it going to be shared? Says Barry.
Yeah.
How do they figure this out then? You may be asking yourself at home and in this room.
Rock.
I wish it was that humane.
Oh wait, they don't have scissors.
They just have penises. With foreplay, of course, this is how it's done, by stabbing each other multiple times.
That's how I do it.
With the love dart. So, first step, find a snail using taste and smell. So this is done, by their tentacles.
Just going around licking snails.
Who
are you?
Good. Start stabbing it.
Oh god, imagine replicating that with humans in a room just all blindfolded.
I love you.
You taste nice.
Well, Howard,
This is a terrible idea.
we'll get to that. So this is done by waving their tentacles in the air to smell, and also touching the ground with the other one to pick up the sort of the snail trail that's left behind.
no, scent, obviously, yeah.
But so when I first read this, when I was getting the fact, I read by waving their testicles in the air, and I was like, "Whoa, what the? They have testicles on their head?" And
That's how I... Oh, wait.
and I had it written down like that for such a long time before realizing and going back, which I'm glad I did, because now no one knows I thought it said testicles. Moving on. The second step is follow that snail using the snail trail and your smell. I also want to
Quickly now. Oh.
Come back. I do still want to imagine this as people, so I'm just imagining somebody's hand way up in the air while the other one's touch a pat in the ground, going, "Oh, goddamn, delicious." So then the third step is full body contact, while still
Just
smelling.
running headfirst and sort of...
Just-
I love you.
Killed another one. While still smelling and tasting for hours sometimes. Oof. And then the fourth step is then you fire the love dart.
Wait, where is their love dart?
I'll get to that.
No.
I will. I promise.
You won't. You're lying to me.
I will. The inner sac. I'll have to say that again. Technically called the gypsoblum. The gypsoblum, I think.
Yeah, I think. Bellum sounded about
Bellum?
right when you said a bellum. So
Gypsoblum.
Oh,
Something.
we'll have to look that one.
Something
up,
like that. Which we won't. It's in the article anyway that you can find at cluelessinter.net if you are so inclined that you want to read past my excellent journalistic skills that I learned from nowhere.
So,
Yeah, so the love dart, we'll say. It's the size of a nail clipping, so just rip your nail off at wherever it may grow from. Your nail, bed, I hope. And it's the size of not your whole nail.
and then just stab yourself.
It's
in
really
the arm.
small. Just stab yourself in the arm and see who gets pregnant. And it's located in the internal sac until it's ready to be used. Yeah, it is. So basically, there's two penises and two vaginas, just because they have both.
Yay.
And they both produce sperm, so it's both going around.
Yeah.
It's like a never-ending loop. But whoever gets the best shot in with the love dart has the best chance of fertilizing the egg. So
Okay.
whoever fucking stabs that shit up the best, dude, has the best chance. You can even find some love darts being left behind, forgotten forever after they're finished with them. And step 5.
Oh, I forgot my penis.
Oh, fuck. It's all the way back in Colorado.
Not
I'm
again.
still in Colorado. So slow.
All the way back in Colorado, he looks back over his shoulder. It's right over there.
Oh, God.
man.
Crossing state lines. And then step 5, profit. So being stabbed by the male dart makes I think I meant to say love dart. Being stabbed by the love dart makes you more of a female orientated partner in that courtship, said Barry. The whole reproductive system is quite a maze, said Joris Cohen.
As is my name.
As it is quite a maze, Joris Cohen, a gastropod researcher at the university in Amsterdam. I'm not saying
Nice.
Vrije Universiteit in Amsterdam. So yeah, there he's smart. So you may be asking, but what if we did that? What would it be like?
But what if we did that? Well, would it...
Well,
what?
it would be like this. Hey?
I am pregnant.
Oh God, nice. So it's like taking a 15-inch knife and stabbing someone repeatedly until one of you is pregnant, aka a crime. So Please don't do it with a 15-inch knife.
I
Do it
got
with
s-
something softer.
I got stabbed yesterday. Now I'm pregnant.
How did this...
And I'm adored.
Help me,
All right.
Dr. Phil.
At least I was. I thought I was.
I've been stabbed so many times I don't even know.
Oh, gangbang.
Guy looking like Swiss cheese over here.
Oh, God.
Got more holes than cheese. So, it does make a pretty decent sized hole in the body, Joris said. But in general, they are fine. They're used to this, I guess. So all we need to do is we need to start it now, and then in a few generations, we'll be fine with getting stabbed multiple times. So get on it. Or don't. Please don't.
Don't do.
Don't. Please don't.
Don't. Just
Please don't. Until after you finish listening. And our last fact is today I learned about the good vibrations. The
the best kind of vibrations.
The good vibrations. So these are hawk moths in Borneo, an island between Malaysia and Indonesia. They get their name.
Indonesia.
So they get their name from their huge size, like my penis. I call it a hawk moth because it vibrates.
I call mine good vibrations.
So some of them have a wingspan up to 10 centimeters or 4 inches. They can also fly up to 12 miles per hour or 19 kilometers per hour.
Fuck.
So they're fast, boy. You could probably
That's faster than walking speed.
Well, that would be a good pet to have because then you wouldn't have to wait for it.
Oh, you could just walk
could
along with it on a little leash.
If you were really small, you could fly
on
it.
it.
Get on it, NASA, or whoever deals with moth genetics.
Whoever deals with attaching rockets to small moths, get on it.
I'm available. Hello, NASA, hire me.
Rocket moth scientist here.
Oh, I'm the next Spider-Man villain.
Rocket moth.
Just into the side of a billion.
Into a lamp.
Boiled again.
That's not the moon.
This was the shortest Spider-Man film I've ever seen. So moths and bats have been at war forever. 65 million years to be specific. So forever. They both have evolved to counter each other. The bats have built-in sonar, as you may know.
Oh, yes.
This works by them letting out a high-pitched cry, and there's no one there, so that's what I do. Whenever I walk into a darkened room, I just go, and then if no one reacts to me, I go, yeah. That's when I stab them with my 15-inch knife.
Now you're pre-gamed.
Congratulations. Let's have a gender reveal. And set a forest on fire, like someone did in a previous episode. I can't remember what number that is, but you may have to look that up. Thanks for listening.
Google is your friend.
Google is not your friend because we don't come up on Google, so...
Do we not?
I don't think... Oh, we may do. I haven't Googled...
I'll look into that.
haven't Googled the podcast. We may have to do that. But you can find it at cluelessinter.net or whatever you're listening to this on now. You can probably find the episode. The radiograms. And then listening to where the sound waves bounce off, as we just said. And how do the moths counter this? You may be asking yourself, Howard.
They just constantly scream at them.
Just back at them. All we hear is... in the distance, but to them,
Oh, have they got some way of like slapping something and creating a high pitched sound that tricks the bat essentially?
Yes, they produce ultrasound. These are frequencies that are out of the hearing range of humans.
But as far as I'm aware, they don't have any vocal things. So do they use part of their body like other insects? Because like crickets and stuff use their legs and.
Yeah, you are very good at this, Howard.
Yee.
You should read this. This is to jam the Malaysian. I put Malaysian bait, but it's a bat. The Malaysian bat's built-in sonar, and I assume every other bat's built-in sonar, rendering them invisible temporarily. So, like Jurassic Park, if you've ever seen that, which is 100% factually accurate. But how does this work? You may be asking. I'm asking so many questions on this episode.
How?
Well,
Tell me.
They vibrate their junk.
Oh, just like me.
Yeah. These are the good vibrations.
Now I'm invisible.
Where did you, what? How
Where'd you go?
I just start screaming out in the distance. What a weird sight to walk into. Somebody just screaming at someone and the other person just going... Those hips don't lie.
Oh dear.
So Jesse Barber, a behavioral ecologist at Bose State University, has been studying these hawk moths and their interactions with bats.
It's fascinating.
I've learned a lot. Just go, the wrong camera going, fuck, where is she?
I can't focus on her. She's so fast.
I think it's he, actually. Oh, God, I can't even see him.
I can't tell.
Oh, God.
Who are you?
Ah,
You mystery
I've been
man.
stabbed.
Oh, I'm pregnant. How did I know so quickly?
Oh, God. Oh, there he is. So,
He's getting... Never mind, he hit the lamp.
oh, God. Shortest episode of Spider-Man. Let's just call back to everything we said in this podcast so far. Mimes. Monopoly. We did it.
Oh.
So, in tiger moths, the only other group of moths that are known to produce anti-bat sounds, I don't know if it's from their dick, though.
They're just like fucking raw.
Yeah, they're just...
And the bat's just like, fuck
I better
that.
say, the bats can still see them, but they're like, Jesus Christ. So, ultrasonic signals warn of bad tastes, mimic sounds made by other bad-tasting species, and even jam bat sonar. So, he and Akito Kawahara...
Also, a really cool
Kawahara.
band name.
What's that? Oh, jam bat sonar.
Yeah.
Jam bat
That's
sonar.
fucking awesome.
Yeah. We're jam bat sonar! People in the crowd just going, I paid for this, there's no one here.
I love it.
Oh, God, I love these vibrations.
Encore.
Oh, God. I wish you could have seen that. So he and the Akito Akawahara, an evolutionary biologist at the University of Florida, went to Borneo
Borneo.
to study them closer. They did this by using straws and fishing line to keep them from flying away. I want to know how they captured them in the first place. Fuck. Shit.
I can't see them.
God.
You're not a bat, Jerry.
He just starts screaming at him as well. That'll get him. That'll confuse him. So we placed the moth in front of an ultrasonic speaker and microphone. I went to say microwave. Microphone. We then placed pre-recorded bat sounds to the moth and watched and recorded their behavior. When they heard the bat sonar, they started producing their own ultrasound. And that's where the high-speed camera paid off. They got their money shot. We had some suspicion that they might be making sound with their genitals. I don't know how you would have this suspicion. I don't know how that would be your first thought.
That sounds like tiny balls.
Yeah, smacking against each other. I'll reproduce
Never mind,
this
it's
in
just
the lab.
me.
God damn
He's
this.
just running away really fast.
God damn this caffeine. So they had the suspicion that they were making sounds with their genitals based on some enlarged scales that we found on the outside of the claspers, a part of the genitals, in the museum specimen. So they just, in the bones, the bowens, or the skin as well, said Kawahara. I'm glad I got that name right. I hope I did. So this can be performed by both male and female moths, however. So everyone's invited to this good vibration.
Oh, is it not actually their genitals? Is it like a feature of like the pelvic
I think it's an
area?
extra. I think it's an extra bit. As he said,
Okay,
it's found on the outside of the claspers, so it's not actually. It's a part of the genitals.
Yeah.
So it's a bit of a clickbait title, but it's still their dick bouncing around.
So it's not just bats flying around trying to like dick pick bats. Oh, sorry, that's bats. I said bats.
No, yeah,
bats,
it is, yeah, no.
Bats and moths.
Yeah, it is.
Send nudes.
That's what the sonar sending.
Yeah.
Send news. Back at them.
Okay.
No. It seems likely that the night sky is filled with insects producing ultrasound as a response to bats with their genitals. And that will do it for our first section of the podcast, A Day I Learned. I hope that you enjoyed, and we'll be moving on swiftly to my personal favourite section of the podcast, 3 Real, 3 Fake.
Three real and 3 fake.
Okay, Howard, and everyone at home, welcome to my personal favourite section of the podcast, and it should be yours as well, because who would not love this section? Because I'm reading it. It is 3 real, 3 fake, where I've gathered 6 possibly real stories for you to use your detective skills to see if I'm chatting shit or I've got an actual story for you. So let's start. My first one is Kiev Police Department called into action after finding 17 frozen fingers dotted around local bird sanctuaries.
False.
That one's false?
Fake, sorry.
You want to say that one's fake? So, the jewelry store owner uses pickle jars to attack robbers. Real
Real.
or fake? Real?
Real.
My next one is stolen Northland therapy goat found reunited with depressed cow. Real or fake?
Real. I can see that one.
You want to say that one's being real? Local medical student arrested after spreading rumors of unholy herpes that can take control of your muscles to commit sins.
Fake.
Fake? My next one is Mongolian military base attacked by thousands of altai snowcocks, causing millions in damages and multiple injuries. Real or fake?
Real.
Real?
Yeah.
And my last one is woman accidentally becomes getaway driver for her date after he robbed a bank.
Fake, obviously, because I have to.
You're gonna have to.
I have to say fake.
Howard, you were so close.
Oh,
you
was
were
I?
so close.
Please tell me the first one was false, because all I could think when you were saying that was chicken Kievs.
Yes. The first one is the woman accidentally becoming a getaway driver is real. So that one was the one you had to say was fake. The Kiev police finding 17 frozen fingers was fake. Sorry, not real. Please don't let that be real. The jewelry store owner using pickle jars to attack robbers is real.
Yeah.
The local medical student saying about the unholy herpes was fake. The stolen Northland therapy goat was real.
Yeah.
And last but not least, the Mongolian military base attacked by thousands of altai snowcocks was fake.
Yeah.
Another note for these ones, I've started to another one. I feel like I'm just getting better and better at getting some of these ones down, some of the fake ones, because I've started. I don't know if you remember the episode where I talked about the German artist who got 3,000 euros in fines for disrupting traffic and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That one I did. I started to Google actual artists from there, and like now it's altai snowcocks are actually from Mongolia and stuff like that. So I'm just starting to actually do my research into these now instead of just sitting.
Went down a little rabbit hole.
Instead of just sitting in the flat going, oh fuck, what's believable? Which evidently it yields the same results. So my first one is the woman accidentally becoming a getaway driver. This is about Shelby Sampson from Attleboro Falls, Massachusetts. She met Christopher Castillo, I think it's Castillo or Castillo, who was 33 on a dating app. And she picked him up from Rhode Island, which is a 35-mile drive, so, you know, she's dedication.
Putting in the work.
I know, yeah. I think it's like to be fair, I think it's like a 45-minute drive.
You're in America, everywhere's really far.
It's not too bad. At least it's not like 3 hours or something.
Yeah.
Madness. I've had to drive that far before. Oh my gosh. Driving 3 hours is a nightmare, but it's nice when you get there. So you should do it. From his parents' house on December the 5th, 2016. So this happened 4 years ago, nearly 4 years ago this year.
Right.
They then headed back to North Attleboro, so she picked him up and took him back, with Chris drinking wine while on the drive for no reason.
I'm just getting warmed up.
And he obviously couldn't offer Shelby any because she was driving.
You don't want a little drinkable?
Would you like a drink? I see you're driving. It helps with the concentration. He then asked if she could pull over near a bank. He came back a few minutes later, sweating and hat in hand. Oh, and also he had sunglasses on.
No, they didn't have any money, he said as he put a backpack of money in the back. Now drive.
Plus he had a gun and some money, as well as the sunglasses, so he was super duper cool.
You'll be Thelma, I'll be Louise.
Where's the bag? I didn't bring it.
I left it in the store. The bank.
I better go deposit it. So he'd gone into the bank, showed the teller his gun, and demanded $1,000. Which let me say,
I've got it.
That's a low amount. That is a low amount.
Yeah.
I hope it's just like the ragdoll physics in GTA 4. Somebody just like pushed past him, saying, "I got a withdrawal to make," and he just started going as he fell. Shot multiple people. No one was shot. Saying that he was really hurting and needed the money. Ow, give me money now.
I'm really hurting.
Ow. And you will be if you don't give me that fucking money.
This gun isn't loaded, but I will hit you with it.
Yeah, well, he got really hard.
I shouldn't have told you that, unless they just put down the barriers. Come back!
His head's going down with him. No, it's real! Fuck! And so he just runs back to the car and he goes, "This has money in it. Don't look inside." So we got back into
rich.
Yeah, we are rich, $1,000. Which will not bail you out after this stunt. I
hope not.
I assume. Which he then proceeded to get into the car and just shout, "Fucking go!" Which he did. She sped off.
Where we going?
Yeah, I was like, yeah. Oh, is your pocket money? But she didn't speed off for very long as she saw police lights behind her. She got the fuck out of there, and then the police detained them both, with Chrissy Boy spitting on one of the cops struggling to pull him out of the car, adding extra brownie points. Later telling police that the gun wasn't even loaded, and the gun was just an antique owned by Christopher's father.
I was just
Stepfather.
getting a smack of a bow with it a bit.
His stepfather. Yeah, well, he's got the bottle, so he threw that first. And was like, "It's real." He pretended that was a gunshot. Pow!
Pow! Everybody comes out.
It's real. You'll be the money.
It's over here.
So Shelby was charged with being an accessory to a heist, but it was later dropped by the prosecutor.
You, ma'am, are a bracelet. I'm sorry, an accessory.
Beautiful. Wow. Would you like to come on a drive? However,
Stop off with this bag.
yeah,
It's the same bag.
where's my mask? You stay here. This isn't suspicious. However, our boy Christopher was sentenced to 3 years in prison for armed robbery, followed by another 2 years in jail for assaulting 3 police officers. I didn't know about the other 2. I knew about spitting. I knew about him spitting on the one. I hope it was an epic shootout where he had no bullets.
He mime shot people.
Bang, bang!
I'm shooting you.
Just he gets a phone from Colombia. He's like, "You're brilliant. We need you."
I'm sending more Monopoly money.
Shit, what else happened? Jiggle your testicles.
I'm invisible.
You'll go invisible. That should have been his approach. He should have just done that to the the bank teller, and they wouldn't have seen him.
Just started shaking his dick and ran towards the sun, and they're like, "Shoot him."
I'm getting away. Oh, aim.
Get away with it all.
While he's just vibrating as he goes. Well, that's the end of that one. So Chrissy, that was 4 years ago, so he should be getting out next year. So
everyone working in banks,
you've got nothing to worry about, let's be
fine.
honest. Well, our next one is a jewelry store owner that uses the pickle jars to attack a robber. So this jewelry store owner in Sandy Springs, Georgia.
I'm imagining someone putting their hands in jars flat and then fisting, so that the jars are then stuck to the hands, and then basically just going around fucking punching people with giant pickle jars.
I wish. I wish he had the time to do that, to be honest, but I think he was getting robbed and he was just,
Oh, it doesn't take long. You just whoop, whoop, whoop.
Can you wait? Can you wait a minute for me? Fuck.
It doesn't take long. I should know.
He's just got the fucking top coming off.
Well, if it's got like pickle juice in there, you should be
okay.
be straight in there.
Yeah.
And then you're ready to.
Plus, then if everything just
some
runs out,
motherfuckers.
if it runs down your arm, you've still got the jar on your hand. So just boom. So he became a hero.
People slipping on pickle juice everywhere.
He got him. So this jewelry store owner in Sandy Springs, Georgia. If you live there, pay him a visit. Maybe don't rob.
Don't bring any
from
pickles.
him. Yeah, don't bring any pickles. It's just a trigger. He's become a local hero. He was unnamed, but I thought we'd give him a nickname. So,
Rick.
Well, so imagine. So I've got the Picklinator, Jar Jar Clunks, Jargon Clobberer, and that's it. Is there any other? Do you want to add any nicknames? Potential nicknames? I kind of like Jar Jar Clunks. I love that one. That was really good. So
either that or cumber. That's a saying. Never mind.
Benedict Cucumber Smash.
Benedict Framblepants.
Oh, Benedict Pickle Juice Jar Man.
General Bicked Bangle Prout.
Twat. So this robbery actually happened only on the 22nd, so not long ago. It was a smash and grab, with them holding up customers and employees at gunpoint. They had hammers. I don't know how people in Georgia speak. Georgia. They had hammers. They had hammers, breaking everything and grabbed Rolexes, one witness said. Scary stuff. But they didn't get far, because in stepped Jar Jar Clunks, the owner of the store. He started swinging the bag full of pickles at these guys. Oh, I'm trying to read this in a Georgian accent. He hit them with 3 bottles of pickles. And I'm pretty sure, pretty much grabbed him and subdued him until the cops came.
It was a real pickle,
said another witness. For them.
So I says, what a pickle.
Oh, God. And then he got away. Unfortunately, they only managed to hold one of the robbers down and the other 3 got away. But 3 of the 4 suspects have been caught. Antonio Cholera?
Cholera? I'm going to go with cholera.
Cholera, 40 from Atlanta. That shouldn't really be hard to say. It's Collier, I think it is.
Collier.
Antonio Collier, 40 from Atlanta. Antoine De Carlos, sorry. Antoine De Carlos Robinson, 17 from Atlanta. And a 16-year-old from East Point, who obviously cannot be named.
Because he's invisible.
he's shaking so much. They've been charged with armed robbery, possession of a firearm in the commission of a felony criminal damage to property, 2 counts of possession of tools for the commission of a crime, and battery. And also, they're really, really sticky from the pickle juice.
You smell funny.
I'm going to leave it like that. It'll be real tasty in prison. And the police...
You taste like pickles.
I love it. Well, the police are still on the search for the 4th guy. And they had proper assault rifles and everything in the nearby woods to try and find this guy.
Wow.
They still haven't, because it did happen on the 22nd. If you've got any information on that, don't contact me. Contact the right authority.
He's out there in the woods surviving on pickles.
You'll find him. He's left a snail trail. You're free to stab him.
Just follow the smell of vinegar.
Oh, wait. That's my wife.
Oh.
So, stay tuned for updates on this one, because let's all face it, we'll never hear about this ever again. So, No, Howard. I'm never going back to the story ever again. I hate it. I hate this story. I hate this podcast. So, with that one, hating this. Our next one is about the stolen Northland therapy goat, found and being reunited with a depressed cow. So, a depressed cow called Bunter is owned by the Mongatoroto Hotel in New Zealand. I hope that's right. I'm going to call it the M Hotel from now on. He was left lonely after his friend cow died months earlier. And cows can experience loneliness and anxiety and stuff like us.
Well, yeah,
when they have no other cows around. Yeah, well, when they have no other cows around, you kind of...
And any animals that are like social
grass.
animals, yeah.
Yeah, grass doesn't really give much conversation. And I did a little Google search.
Maybe not to you.
Mm-hmm. I talk to them all the time. They give me great joy, grass.
Hello, my pretty little blades.
Lovely.
If only you were stronger.
And resisted my foot. So I did a little Google search on can cows get lonely, and I got this. In my experience,
it was just a document. Just moo.
Just moo. Lowercase.
Yes.
In my experience, yes, cows do get lonely. That being said, if you want the cow to bond with you, it is actually best for them to not have a buddy, at least at first. That way, she will see you as being her herd. But make sure that you are the boss cow in that herd, or she'll push you around, which is never acceptable.
Hello, I'm the boss cow.
I'll have you sign here, here, and here. Welcome to the herd.
I'm utterly...
I don't have time for any more questions.
Utterly over the moon.
Terminate his contract.
Little cow joke.
Terminate his contract. The cows just come up to him and go, I don't have time to speak to you. Speak to my secretary. I'm the boss cow.
I have many things to moo.
I'm so loud. I'm so lonely. So, with that, then stepped in Peaches, the goat, who was introduced to Bunter in December in an effort to raise his spirits. They didn't bother getting another cow.
Oh, you look sad.
Kill it.
Kill it quick.
Ah! How does this goat speak?
It's sentient.
Kill it.
My name is Steve.
Just gets worse.
Kill it now.
Your name's Peaches.
Don't let it get into the general population.
Oh, well, so he was introduced in December, or she, Peaches, was introduced in December. Again, didn't get another cow, to raise a spirit. We'll get a completely different animal.
One that goes every now and
And
again,
it's really
and will
annoying.
not scare cows whatsoever.
Yes. Well, it's like saying, oh, this human's really lonely. Better give him a bear. It's a wild world out there, people. Stay woke.
This man's really depressed. Let's give him a bipolar bear.
Let's give him a Bengal tiger.
We call him Bear Polar.
They're perfect. Oh, fuck! No, Bear Polar. Great name, by the way, guys. Oh, his arm. What a rousing success. So after Rosie passed away, Bunter got really depressed, and we heard that goats were really good therapists. And there was a lady.
Surprisingly, they actually are to other animals as well. I don't know what it is about goats, but apparently, yeah, goats are actually.
I mean,
they take like goats and alpacas around hospitals for like terminal patients and stuff.
Huh. I mean, if I do look at them, they do have kind of the wisdom face. They have the goatee coming out. They speak words of wisdom. In my experience, I'm just crazy, and they do kind of look wise. I don't think I've seen many baby goats that look very wise. I've seen a lot
just
of
like
older
fucking
goats.
adorable.
They do. Oh god. So when they're young, they're really cute and make you feel better, and when they're old, they're really wise and make you feel better. It sounds just like me. Wait until I get old. Oh, sorry, I am old. Sorry, I am old. I'm 1961 in Pittsburgh. I am old.
Pittsburgh.
I'm every old person. Remember, don't forget. Don't forget.
I played giant Monopoly once.
I play chess once a week in the park, and I watch people. It's my job. What do you mean retired? It's my job. And there was a lady who was willing to gift Peaches to us because she was fucking annoying and spoke. Said,
Excuse you?
yeah, said Joe Robin from the the hotel caretaker.
Did he actually say that?
Joe Robin. Yeah, no, Joe Robin said that.
He sounds like a wonderful person.
Not the no, he didn't say because she was fucking annoying.
Oh.
No. I said that.
She brought Peaches around. I hate
it, so I killed her.
With Peaches.
Oh, delicious. As soon as Peaches arrived in the paddock, Bunter was a different cow. He turned purple, running around everywhere and being merrily like. Bunter also started eating again alongside Peaches. Until one fateful day, when Peaches was stolen.
And
Eaten.
and taken and put in cream.
Eaten. Cream cheese.
Peaches and cream cheese.
Oh. Disgusting. With local police posting on Facebook, recently we investigated a burglary at the M property after someone got the owner's goat. Literally, in mid-December.
Lol.
Police began... oh, God, just delete your account. How do I delete this from the internet? Police have begun making inquiries into the report of the goat, Peaches, being stolen. Oh, it said... okay, it's written really weird, but it says, police began making inquiries into the report of the goat, Peaches, being stolen. But it's written...
It's written stupid.
It's formatted really bad. And a sad face. Sad face emoji, just to add to it. So you can imagine that. I can't really physically make that in front of you. You will just have to imagine it.
There you go.
Very demanding. Yeah, imagine what Howard's face is doing right now. Yeah, like that.
I was doing that while smiling. Shows what you
Because
know.
I'm a psychopath. But then on Tuesday, the 14th of January, I think, because this is when the article was written, and they didn't put a specific date when Peaches returned, which really annoyed me. And I didn't investigate further.
Because I was tired.
Because I'm lazy. So Peaches was found among a group of other goats. One, in particular, was alone and was a lot whiter than the rest, said Joe. We watched a lot of CI, crime and investigation, so we did our own investigating and broke into people's property. No, they just did their own investigating.
Hey, people live here.
Police didn't kid around and goat hold of CCTV
fuck's
footage and spoke with a number of people, Joe said.
So we killed him.
We said, we're sick of your shit. Ebbit. Then the police added another zinger to that.
So we killed them all.
So, we're sorry.
And this is the story of how comedy died.
Everyone in New Zealand has been killed. So yeah, the police added, Bunter the cow, upset at the intrusion, is also understood to hold no beef. Yeah, I can see how much that
Out.
disgusted you.
Out
Yes,
of
out.
my domicile.
So, all is well that ends well, with the hotel adding reinforced electric fences to make sure Peaches never escapes again.
Or dies.
Ever.
Well, Peaches died.
Yeah, well, Bunter's lonely again. Oh no, Bunter's died. Now
Why
I'm
are all
lonely.
the animals running into the fence?
Running into the...
Why am I...
What's... God, these animals are so weak and just grabs the fence and just gets electrocuted. But yeah, like, Peaches just want to be with other goats and you go, no, you get back in here and we'll spend a lot of money on electric fence just to keep you here. Instead of buying another fucking cow that would not do this because he has Bunter. Just
You are a little cow now. You live with the cow.
where are your black and white spots? Your induction begins now.
Excuse me, I think you mean moo.
What is this bad bullshit? Not in my electrified pen.
Stop screaming.
He's just saying that to Joe. Oh God, these shrooms really have kicked in. Well, with that one, let's move on to our final section. Today I fucked up, like these owners of this goat. Why a fucking cow, dude?
Today, I fucked up.
Okay, welcome to our final section of the podcast. Today I fucked up. I'm going to hand this first story over to Howard if you want to take it away, my friend.
Taking it away.
Wait, Howard, where you going?
Bye.
Bad jokes 101.
You can't tell I wasn't really leaving because the
Because
podcast.
it's audio, not visual, stupid.
Idiot. Today, I fucked up by shaving.
As we all do.
Ow.
My face. Slash genitals.
Don't slash your genitals.
Oh, I'm pregnant.
Context. I'm Greek/Lebanese.
Are you?
Yes.
Just now.
Do you not
just
know that
now.
about me? Yeah, I've just transitioned.
Yes.
And I'm rather moderately a hairy person.
Hmm.
Most of it on my face.
Good to know. Good to know. I'm making a diagram in my mind.
So
Of the
I'm
man.
seeing a Sasquatch. I had an important meeting to attend in the US.
The woods, specifically, because I'm a Sasquatch.
going to creep out some Bigfoot hunters.
I'm going to find people with very poor camera quality and walk in front of them for a while. It's always fun.
I had an important meeting to attend to in the US that was happening a few hours after I landed. So I had to freshen up and prepare while on the plane still.
A little bit of a snip here, a little bit of a snip there, and
Just
you're
open
away.
the window for some fresh air. Ah!
Where was he? Where was he again?
So he is Greek/Lebanese.
Oh no, where is he currently?
And I had an important meeting to attend to in the US. He hasn't mentioned that.
So
to me.
is he going into the US? Is he on a plane?
I'm assuming if he's probably European if he's Greek/Lebanese.
Oh yeah. Oh god. Yeah.
I mean,
So
to be
he-
fair, he hasn't mentioned he could be a Greek/Lebanese person who lives in Australia and is now on the way to the US. We have no idea.
So a lot more expensive. Don't do that. That's a hell
More
of a...
information, please.
Or less expensive. Is it less expensive? Is Australia close to America than it is here?
No, I think it's still a stupidly long flight.
Because it's a crazy long flight from here. I think
Yeah.
a plane ticket, a return ticket to Australia is like 800
I
quid
think
or
it's still
something.
pretty stupid long, but it's not as long, I think. Because don't you go the other way?
Oh, you might do. Air travel will become stupidly, ridiculously easy when we can just fly across countries, because then it will just be a straight line. But I don't think we'll ever do that, because in case of falling debris,
Debris.
debrisket.
Deborah, no.
There she goes.
So, yeah, we have no idea where they are, but they're freshening up on the plane.
Oh, they're on a plane. He's shaving on a plane.
Yes.
Oh my god. Okay.
A few hours into the flight, I went to the bathroom to change my clothes, wash my face and freshen up, shave and trim my beard, put on some deodorant, etc.
I hope he cleaned up the hairs after he left. That's just etiquette, isn't it, really? You don't
I
want
didn't. I glued them to the wall.
It was art.
I made a beard.
$100,000, please. I put a banana in it.
I took my backpack with me since I've got everything in there.
Okay.
After spending some 5 minutes in there, struggling to move around in the tiny bathroom stalls on planes, someone knocks on the door. I brushed it off
Are you
with...
shaving in there?
Can I watch?
Oh, graceful.
I brushed it off with something along the lines of, I'll be right out. I thought someone needs to use the bathroom, but it was clearly occupied. By my beard.
Just by his beard.
Yeah.
He's hanging outside.
He's
but
just
the
like
door's
standing just outside the door with his
Yeah.
head in the door, and they're like, excuse me?
I'll be a minute. Or like you just say.
I may have made a small hole in the hull of the plane. Bye.
So I've seen people just get pulled out. 1 star.
Ah.
How did you fit on the plane, dude, with that big of a beard?
After another 5 minutes go by, and I start hearing chatter outside, I could feel some people moving around. I heard a knock again. At this point, I had my shirt off, and my face was half shaven with mousse all over the other half.
A moose.
Mouse, I've just got a mouse stuck to my face.
No wonder he couldn't fit in the stall. There's a moose
Oh.
in there. Silly.
I opened the door in this questionable state, and to my surprise, I saw 3 flight attendants looking terrified and standing around the door.
Oh, what?
It's a Sasquatch!
Oh, God, half a Sasquatch.
Run!
A squash.
It's a squatch.
What did you call me?
I think that's racist.
Let me get my really poor quality camera out. Got it.
Where did these trees come from?
Why am I on land?
The plane was
We
crashed.
crashed?
Oh, that's why they look so
Oh,
terrified.
God.
How did you survive?
Where'd your beard go?
2 women and 1 man. So I laugh and ask them if there is a rule and a timer for how long you can use the bathroom, or what exactly was going on. The man proceeded to tell me some passengers had complained because they saw me go in with my backpack, and I'd stayed in there for a while.
Oh, my God.
He's doing Oh, no.
No,
It's
he's going to drug the plane with explosives.
Bill Cosby?
Oh, God.
Boobity bop. We're going down.
You just hear him as the plane goes past.
It's a bottom pop. We're going down.
Well, what a fitting end for an arsehole. So they were scared something was going down, and I and reported it to the
I was
flight
dealing
crew.
drugs to myself, dude.
I'm just trying to put this bomb down the toilet. Leave me alone.
It's clogged.
Have you got anything that can get a bam out of a toilet?
Explosive diarrhea. Dude.
Sorry, a
you
turlet?
don't want to go in there.
So they had reported it to the flight crew. Mind you, it wasn't even at the questionable beard or stage or anything. Stage? Oh, the questionable beard. No, I have no idea what he means by all stage.
the questionable beard, stage.
The stage I'd set up in the bathroom to sing upon.
La 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 la.
Oh,
Welcome to my concert.
I just had a wonderful poo.
That'll be $15, thank you.
Don't go in there. It had grown for some 2 weeks or so.
His stage.
Yeah. Just a week or more of fuzz, edited to say that definitely more than a week's, by the way, should have been clearer. I'm starting to see a pattern. That was in brackets. He really could be clearer.
That was a very confusing sentence.
So figure that one out for yourselves.
I won't.
So let's just imagine he had a beard. So I laugh some more and tell them I fully understand. I wish I did. But I had an important meeting upon landing, hence freshening up. He's turned into a very astute
I'm
gentleman.
very freshening up.
The moment he's in trouble, he's like, I'm just freshening up for the landing, hence why I look like a terrorist. But I had an important meeting upon freshening up, and that I'll be...
After he freshened up.
Yeah. And that I'll be a little bit longer just to shave fully and finish grooming myself. He then excuses himself and we laugh a little bit and then he goes away.
And that's when I plant the bomb.
In my half beard.
Idiot. I leave it in a little mound.
The perfect distraction.
With a kiss on it.
Shortly after he comes back knocking and I open.
Oh, for fuck's sake. He just got like a quarter of a beard this time. He's like, Jesus, dude.
It's like 3 o'clock. This
He's
time.
already starting to grow where he shaved earlier.
Yeah. This time in a new fresh shirt and fully shaved. And I ask him, hey, what's up?
Oh, he's freshly shaved. The other guy. The other guy comes back freshly shaved.
You were so busy in the toilet, I just stuck my head out a window and shaved out there.
Yeah, it was all right. I lost an eyeball, but you know, what are you going to do for beauty? Mwah.
Hey, you win some, you lose some. Eyes?
Eyeballs. Yeah. This one's glass.
Who said
Who
that?
are you again? Where am I?
Oh, God. He tells me that some of the passengers are still concerned
Fuck me.
that I'm shaving my beard and thought I was shaving my body too since I opened the door with moose dripping on my face without my shirt on.
I'm really scared of that guy's shaved penis. It really puts me off.
Guys, I haven't shaved, look.
He's just covered. He has no clothes on. It's just like
Just
clothes
fur-
made out of
fur
hair.
all the way down from his neck.
Yeah. Oh, he's really clean shaven.
I was very confused at that stage and had started to get annoyed. Just let me use the damn bathroom in peace. There are many others people can use.
Oh, there's multiple toilets?
Yeah.
Oh,
This
I
is
thought
a
there would
big
just
plane.
be one for the whole plane.
It might be one of those like double-decker fucking things.
There's double-decker planes.
Have you not seen them?
Whoa, no.
Yeah, there's some big-ass motherfucking planes.
Jesus, they took the innovation of double-decker buses from London and said, why don't we put that in the sky? Danger, that's why. We love it.
Turns out that apparently some extremist Muslim groups do this before they get up to no good.
Oh,
Just
no.
say, be terrorists.
Yeah.
That's good enough. So again, we're going into brackets. He wants to clarify something for us.
Okay.
He's going to
Okay.
clarify.
I've been really confused up to this point, so yeah.
So he's clarifying, get up to no good.
Okay.
AKA sacrifice their life in the act of a holy retribution, terror, whatever the fuck you want to call it.
Okay, so no
terrorism. Something about going to heaven freshly clean or something.
Oh my, so you're presentable
I gotta
for...
be clean for my 40 virgins.
I bet say, isn't it
Why
72?
am I from New Jersey?
You get 72 virgins, I think. Isn't it? I gotta look nice for those broads.
So at this point, I'm laughing too hard, but I tell him I fully understand and that this is a good thing that they check on such instances.
It is, to be fair. It's quite
Yeah.
reassuring that the security measures, I suppose. Because I'm going to assume nothing bad came out of this. I hope.
Don't think so. We will see. So I fully understand it's a good thing that he checks. I'd rather be safe than sorry. And then I show him my meeting email with the time and date for the sake of their peace of mind.
Okay.
I also mentioned I was Christian born, but not religious.
Religious.
And that, even as a Lebanese dude, I had no idea terrorists were shaving before acts of terror.
Neither did I.
Thanks for the information I didn't really need.
Yeah, well, it's another thing to look out for, I suppose, if you see someone shaving in a public toilet. Which, by the way, number one, that's weird anyway.
Well, now I know. I was going to bam the place all fuzzy. And
With my hair.
But hey, I could have made quite a nasty smell there.
He just goes, "Oh, thanks for that," and then he presses a button as he goes past, and another plane explodes somewhere.
Oh.
You caught me.
We then had a chat outside with the rest of the flight crew, laughing and making jokes. I could tell they were still a tiny bit paranoid, but 95% apologetic. They didn't check my bag or anything, and now that I think about it, I should have shown them what was in my bag anyway. Snacks, iPhone, cables, some books and clothes. My
An electronic
toiletry
device
bag.
that is set to explode.
My bomb shoes.
They are the bomb. The Jordans.
Oh, that was the end.
And that was the end. Okay, Howard. So this story is today I fucked up by getting a CT scan. Which, in my head, first of all, I can't remember what this story is about. I did collect it 2 weeks ago. Which I've said this multiple times. I get the stories at the start. Like, as soon as this podcast is finished, probably like tomorrow or the next day, I'll get these stories. Yeah. So then by the time recording rolls around, I will have like completely forgotten what the story is about. Like, I completely forgot what that last story was about. Pardon me. I'll start by saying that I had a CT scan yesterday. And if any of you have ever gotten a CT scan before, sometimes you have to drink a barium solution.
A barium?
A barium? Barium? Berry. This stuff makes your intestines feel like someone is pumping them full of air with a high power pressure pump. The sounds alone are loud enough for people to hear from 10 feet away.
Oh.
I felt like these demon bubbles forming up on my drive to the site, so I made sure to put myself into an area of the site where I could be relatively covered by loud sounds of drilling, sawing, etc. So I assume he's working on a construction site? Or he's the hospital's a construction site and he's having a CT scan there.
Maybe there's like floors that have been renovated or whatever.
Let me tell you, I've never had to clench my cheeks this hard in my life. These air pockets were trying to escape like the show Prison Break. Was that your Fred? Like all the machinery stops at exactly the same time.
No, it was my balloon.
No, it was the drill of it.
Oh, there goes the TNT.
He's levitating. Amazing. Eventually, it hurt so bad, I had to let one out. It was silent, but damn, it stank to high heaven. I'll attribute that to the barium. People started asking around if they smelled a gas leak. And workers were out front of the house digging for support beams. So yeah.
Hey, did someone kill an animal 2 weeks ago and then bring it back to the site and shit on it? What's the smell?
Was that one of you? It wasn't me. So don't go looking for that. The gas leak. That's what I think it is. Not a dead body or anything.
No, I can only face in this direction. I can't turn around.
Yeah, I
gotta keep facing north.
I'm just gonna be honest. You don't want to see my ass. Let me just.
I mean, I'll look at yours.
Turn around if you want to and walk that way because I smell a dead body.
I gotta go.
You want to be the next one?
I may be dead. I gotta go see a man about a thing.
I gotta go take another scan.
My ass.
So after 5 to 10 minutes, the site lead agreed they should call the fire department to come out and check.
Gas pipe around here somewhere. We got a leak.
Keeps following Bill over there. He's got a knack for these things. Needless to say, they didn't find a gas leak. And I will absolutely never admit to this. So he managed to shut down a whole construction site. Let me just say,
powerful.
Fuck. Let me just say a little bit of story writing. Advices, I suppose.
Advice.
I'm not really a story writer, but let me know you're at a construction site before, because I thought you were still at the hospital, waiting for the scan, and then you were just farting up the whole hospital. But other than that,
set the scene.
Set the scene. Make sure I know where I am because I'm old.
It was a bright sunny day, and I was back on the construction site.
Oh, good old days.
Why is everyone from New Jersey?
I don't know, honestly. Everyone just from New Jersey today. Well, we might be in New Jersey again for our next one. Today I fucked up by booking an Airbnb. My fiance and I...
I like to say it. An airbnb.
An Airbnb. Hello, welcome to your Airbnb. Sorry, did you do what? Sorry?
Have you just had a stroke?
Welcome to your
All
Airbnb.
part of the service.
There's towels in the bed.
In the bivouac?
Here are your cable. Thanks, dude. Okay. Bye. Have a nice...
If you need anything, just give me a...
Okay, dude. Bye. What a weird... My fiance and I love traveling, and whenever we take a trip to explore a new place... Oh, sorry. Let me just start
you
that
will
again.
continue.
Sorry. My fiance and I love traveling, and whenever we can, we take a trip to explore a new place. This time we decided on Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico? Puerto Rico. For the long weekend. I'm assuming they live quite close then. We had a lovely time on the northwest side of the island. It truly is paradise with scheduled beaches.
But
Sorry.
don't go to the southeast.
You can't go at 5 o'clock. It's a scheduled beach. Secluded beaches. On our last night, we had to spend it in San Juan, the capital. I think it's San Juan.
Yeah.
Because we had an early flight. We didn't have an Airbnb booked yet because we procrastinated and didn't think this through. Again, buy a cow.
Moo?
No, you.
Oh,
You buy the cow.
me?
Yeah.
Moo.
Moo. No, moo you. So the day before, I was browsing the website to find the cheapest place. A gutter. We tried to book cheaper stays and spend money on experiences, which is valid. So I quickly found a $30 room with awesome reviews and a super host. So I booked without looking. Now let me say you're in a capital and you find one for $30 a night. Let me just scam bait that it like
Yeah.
God, like I want to say in a capital, I want to say that especially a tourist place like Puerto Rico. I've been reading the Jurassic Park book, which the island is in Costa Rica.
To be fair, it would be a good idea if you set up, so you could set up an Airbnb, a really nice one, and you just do it. It's like, nice, 30 quid a night. But I've gone mini bar rules. So literally anything, you touch anything, you pay for it.
Toilet roll minibar, air minibar, water.
I got this oxygen
minibar.
gauge on the wall here.
Yeah, so you have to top that up. That'll be $15 a tank.
Otherwise, I pull the air out of the room.
I love being from Puerto Rico. And also Brooklyn.
It's actually quite a genius idea. Nobody steal this.
I'll charge you. Ideas $20.
There's a tax for that.
My tax, my fist. I'll stab you.
I'll get you pregnant.
But with a 14-inch knife so I don't get you pregnant.
Pregnant?
Pregnant? Who is pregnant? I am pregnant. No, you're a snail. No, pregnant. So yeah, like just a $30 room in a capital of Puerto Rico. It seems sketchy already. For like a capital, especially, like you're looking probably more like $50 to $100 a night.
Yeah.
It depends on how close you are, though. So I suppose it could be very close to the airport, so you may have a very cheap room.
Yeah, it might be quite loud.
There was a story on this Airbnb. Just to take this wildly off topic. There was a story about this news report journalist who had booked an Airbnb room. The person had come to wherever the address was or something and said that the room wasn't fit, but I'll put you in another one, a better one. They got there, the place was horrendously like shit. Like it was horrible.
Sir, that is a box.
Yeah, that is not a room. I'm pretty sure I've seen enough to know.
No, sir, that is the back of a car.
Where you go? My hands.
I'm pregnant.
Surprise. But yeah, they got to like this room and it was horrible and stuff like that. And they tried to, and like they dug through this whole thing and found who the person actually was because they were using fake names and all this stuff. And like, they'd done this to multiple people, scamming a lot of money because they put the pictures of the room were like really nice and stuff like that. So it was in like the central
took a
city.
picture of a room with Snapchat filters.
Well, oh, it looks really nice. The dog filter really brings out the vase. But so...
That's not a vase. That's a dog. Get out of here. Run.
But I put my flowers in it already.
Oh.
Oh, God. No wonder it's running. Smells beautiful, though. This room would be posted on multiple accounts, the exact same room for the exact same price, and this would happen to multiple people. And
Interdimensional Airbnb.
yeah, interdimensional Airbnb and Airbnb. Sorry, that's the rival company. You have Airbnb, and then you have Airbnb, where like people who can't speak use it, and so you don't have to speak to anyone. It's a nice experience. So they just like,
I'd like to be a rom plot.
yes, sure, please. It's just in Simlish. Welcome to Sim's Airbnb, where no one speaks English or anything. No one speaks anything. And then they just drive away and like, what the fuck? Did I download the wrong app?
He has some kind of weird floating gem upon his head.
It's
I
red.
think he's the boss cow.
Oh, he is the boss cow. I bet he's played 5 days of Monopoly.
Hello, yes, moo.
Moo to you. Good room. Moo.
Important things to do. I best move on.
Oh God, I'm gonna move on with this story. So yeah, that was a good story. Like you can probably find that online somewhere. It turned out to be like this huge scandal and stuff like that. But and Airbnb got involved and sort of tried to help people and give people
No one could
refunds.
understand a word they were saying.
Yeah, they're just going.
I give up. They're just
Yeah,
trolling me.
Take my money, dude. Fuck. So yeah,
Everyone's getting the Twitter fucking at wrong for the Airbnb and Airbnb. And Airbnb's just like, I don't get what's wrong with this.
just people in one room just rubbing their hands and going, yes, all this. So.
No, this is bad.
So the place is very run down. Our room is about 70 square meters, which is about the size of me. Smells like homicide. The paint is peeling. I want to know how you know that. The paint is peeling.
Oh, I kill a lot of people.
Oh yeah, this is the perfect spot. 5 stars, dude. The paint is peeling from the walls, and we shortly realize that there is no bathroom in the room. There's a shared bathroom in the upstairs corridor, and you must walk through the outside of the house in order to get to it.
Quick question, sir. Could we remove the bucket? That is your toilet.
Have fun at Airbnb.
And the shower, just stick your head right out that window there.
I mean, he did pay $30. What do you expect? My fiance and I looked at each other for a while without saying one word. My fiance and I looked at each other for a while without saying one word. But then we decided to splurge on dinner since we got a cheap hotel room. That night we went to a lovely tapas restaurant and had an amazing meal that I will never forget. And then returned to a room that I will also never forget. No. He didn't say that, but that would have been a very good line. While at dinner, my lovely fiance says she's worried about the fact that I always wake up to pee once or twice in the middle of the night. It's really terrifying.
You're going to get stabbed.
Don't get pregnant.
Wear a condom.
You just have to be really good. Like, you have to see where the knife is going and just go, catch it. Not today. She says it will suck and suggests I pee in a water bottle. Oh, yeah, because I have to go outside.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Oh. We laugh it out. And then when bedtime comes, we pass out because we are
I just
extremely
piss in the
tired.
bed.
Yeah, I just piss on her.
I can't get any worse.
She enjoyed it. Come 2 a.m.
I mean, if it's raining, you're already wet.
Yeah, I mean, there's no roof. Come 2 a.m., my bladder wakes me up from a deep sleep.
Hey, don't get up. I gotta go.
God damn, it's no room in here.
You put too much shit in here.
Oh, God, I would love a New York bladder. That would be amazing.
Hey, you lazy bum, you've been sat here for 4 hours. Empty me already.
At least stick me out a window.
God damn.
Like a coffin in here. So, yeah, come 2 a.m., my bladder is waking me up from a deep sleep. And I lay there for a couple of seconds thinking, maybe I can hold it until 7 a.m. Or the earliest, 10 a.m. 8 hours. No. But my efforts are futile, and I get up. It's worth mentioning that the room did not have any windows, so it's very dark.
It was a prison cell.
Yeah, it sounds. I was in a bomb bunker. I open the door and I realize it's storming outside. And I think to myself, where is that damn bottle? I grab the bottle and empty my bladder as carefully as I can. I did spill a bit, but whatever. I quickly noticed the cat was missing, so I decided to place the bottle of urine under the bed.
Oh.
Well, my stupid brain decided to turn off the light. And there I stood in complete darkness, thinking, I can do this. I can do this in the dark. Well, as I walk towards the bed, I step on my fiance's hard curler plug, which prompted me to drop the damn bottle of water. Or bottle of
The bottle of not water.
The bottle of recycled water. All over my fiance's body, including her face, as it is part of it.
I've accidentally golden showered you.
I am very sorry. This doesn't happen often.
What do you mean often?
Frequently. She wakes up very confused and saying, "What the fuck are you doing?" while spitting out my urine. This is the first and very last golden shower she will ever receive. And that is the end of that story.
Today I fucked up by using my friend's bathroom.
Rule number 1.
Don't use other bathrooms.
Always
Only
use
use
other
your bathroom
bathrooms.
at home.
And hotels, because you have to.
Well, you paid for it.
Exactly. So it's yours. You may as
You
well take
may
it
well
home with
take
you.
it home with you. Or, well, you've paid for it. This room's your
This
home.
room's yours. Technically, if they can't get in.
If you never leave, how can they put someone else in there?
Do you know how much food's in the minibar? It will sit ages, and they refill it
I
every
also
day.
have this basket on a string.
That I collect human body parts in
Ha-ha!
and cook over the kettle. Brilliant.
Steamed hams.
What a way to live. Is that Aurora Borealis?
Skinner! Once, many years ago, I was a young preteen boy at my best friend's house.
Best friend Ned's.
My best friend's house.
I want to call him Ned.
It was an old house, which had central air ducts on the floor instead of on the ceiling.
Ew, gross.
Floor air.
So the cold air gets pumped out. Gross.
I fed it in the, in the central air ducts.
Oh, actually, yeah.
I didn't mean to, I was just sitting on the floor.
Oh, God. Yeah, because if you did that, well, the hot air wouldn't get taken out. Just the cold air. So he's like, have fun. Again, he's from New York. So
Everyone is from New York.
everyone this episode's from New York.
It was a large, strange house, with some rooms seeming too small for use, and others having no conceivable use at all. It had a root cellar. It had a conical iron staircase.
Oh.
It had terribly small bathrooms.
Oh.
I had to poop real bad.
Oh. This is where it gets interesting. I'm assuming that in my head,
Yeah.
this house is looking like the house from Cheaper by the Dozen. If you've ever seen that,
Yeah.
the house with all the secret rooms. Oh my God, what I would have not given for that house as a child. And this guy is going to ruin it.
I used their guest toilet.
Being able to say that you've got a guest toilet is already like
Well, a
rich.
toilet just came round,
Oh, a guest
and I
toilet.
used it.
Oh, come on.
Yes, come on in. There's plenty of room near the other toilets.
I'll use you in a minute.
We do have guests, though, so you will be accommodating them.
Yes. Prepare for their cheeks.
I dropped what was, without any doubt, the largest single turd up till that point in my life.
A world record, one might say.
My own record broken.
My old friend.
Now to flush. Oh dear. This has all gone terribly wrong. And which would remain so for nearly another decade.
Oh, so this record stood for nearly a decade.
Yeah, man. This,
Well played, my man.
uncontested.
Oh.
It was so big that it stood several inches out of the water.
God, don't American toilets have the water like right to the top as well? So Jesus Christ, did he have to like step off?
Supported only by its own structure, jammed into the S bend.
That's exactly how the Empire State Building was built as well.
Hey, if you just stack up enough shit, it's a building.
Hey, just paint it grey and everyone will like it.
My diet at the time
At the team.
consisted mostly of corn dogs and peanut butter sandwiches, as is the way of many preteen boys. Either that or dry cereal.
I thought he was going to say dry humping.
That
that
too.
too.
I
It's
dry
on
humped
the
my
menu.
cereal. and
It tasted funny afterwards, though.
And as well as being a long turd, it was dense and would prove surprisingly impervious to toilet water.
Oh my god. I'm glad that he's
I
doing
just-
the scientific side of it as well.
I keep flushing, but somehow it's coming back up the other way.
So now I've started measuring it. It doesn't taste very nice, though.
Why did I put it in my mouth? At first, I was quite naturally absurdly proud. I made this.
I did this.
You made this?
No.
I made
I
this.
made
For the
His
first,
best friend's just standing in the room with him. He's
you
like,
made
come
this?
look. He's like, yeah, I made this.
Yeah, I made this.
You want some?
For the first time in my life, but not the last, I legitimately considered going to get someone to look at it. Just to share in the wonder.
Yes. He couldn't have taken a picture.
Oh no, that's a shit pic. I can't do that to someone.
Oh, I just got an unsolicited shit pic.
Someone sent me their poops.
Okay, that's kind of impressive.
Oh my god. Is it jumping out of the water? Instead, I flushed, and thus came to the experience for the first time in my life, but not the last, that specific horror which rises with the toilet water.
Oh no! So this probably wasn't a place that had the, because I always remember that like the American toilets
They do
always
have
having
much
the water like
higher
really
water.
high. So I'm
Yeah.
assuming this is 7 inches above that water, and then it's gonna flow up.
Well, the thing is, if you slightly block a toilet, if you slightly block that bend where it just can't shift the stuff, then basically water just gets fed up the other way. And if essentially the tank empties before it reaches the brim of the toilet, you're all good. But if it's a
Yes.
big tank, it will, and you've pushed down hard on the flush, it will empty and will go up and over the toilet. For us, it's not so much of a problem because the toilet water is so low.
Yes,
It
I
very
don't
rarely
think I've
floods.
ever had an experience with a toilet overflowing.
No, it
I
always
can
kind of
say.
goes up to the point where the water's coming out, and then it goes, oh.
Well, let me go
Or
test this
stays
theory.
there.
Well, let me go test this theory. I'll be back in 5 minutes.
Going to go and drop a torpedo
Just
in
going to
your,
go drop a 7-foot man into the toilet and see what happens.
Jeff?
What are you doing in here already?
Oh, yes. So, panic set in, and I began to hop from foot to foot in anticipation of the water spilling over the rim. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Yes!
For the memes.
Starts taking a selfie with the toilet.
And but thankfully, this particular toilet's maker had love for us all and had designed the bowl to hold slightly more than a full tank of water.
Oh, fuck yeah. So that their water must be quite low, I'm going
And
to say.
Phil stopped just shy of the rim.
Oh, Phil stopped just shy of
And
the
by
rim.
the rim, I mean mine.
That's the spot, Phil.
Ah, yeah. I then did the natural and courteous thing, and I grabbed the plunger and went to work hiding the shame of my prideful poo. Well, you can't have shame in a prideful poo. You are hiding your...
Glory.
You're hiding your pride.
Yes.
This is far too egotistical. I must get rid of this. This is not a baby, it's a poo.
I feel like I'm taking advantage of people by showing them this.
I'm exploiting this poop.
You're going to be my main attraction.
This is where Chekhov's gun issue of the diet comes into play, though. And instead of being able to break up and force the turd through, it compacted into the S-bend like a foul cement.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
That was my high school nickname.
Cement.
Foul cement. I'm foul cement, and this is my friend, Jolly Pebble Brick Road.
Dry sap.
He's called Dry Sap because he's an idiot. The plunger developed a thicker and thicker coating. I was not so much clearing a plug toilet as I was playing the part of fecal warlock.
So he basically became a construction crew.
A mud mage, if you will.
A mud mage! Yes!
They call me the Mud Mage. Where is your... Oh, no.
That's what he says when he walks out the bathroom, and everyone goes, what? Why? And he
I
goes,
wouldn't go in there for 5 decades if I were you. Away!
Just gets on the back of a steed.
fling shit at everyone as he walks out and just runs.
I am the mud mage.
The mud mage.
Goodbye.
Does he actually put the mud mage?
Yeah.
That's brilliant. That is brilliant. Hall of Fame for you. The
Oh,
mud
sorry.
mage is
I
brilliant.
didn't even finish his amazing sentence. I was playing the part of Fecal Warlock, a mud mage, if you will, brewing a cauldron full of shit soup.
Oh, delicious.
This guy's a regular fucking
Gordon Ramsay.
Rawdon Gamsey. Small particles began to break up and steep into the water, which turned more and more opaque. The panic had taken control of me now, and it would walk me carefully onto the stage to enact the final part of this tragedy.
I did a swan dive into it.
A disaster of Freudian proportions. Being a shy boy in someone else's home, going through the early stages of body insecurity that comes with the onset of pubescence, and having tried all of the methods life had taught me for coping with the situation, my brain reset itself and told me, well, if at first you don't succeed, try,
Give up.
and try again before giving up and smearing shit all over the walls and saying, your toilet exploded on me.
And being taken to an insane asylum.
It's clearly your fault. So I did. I entered the feedback loop and started at stage 1 and flushed the toilet. Immediately before the handle of the flush had even fully engaged, I knew I'd made the biggest mistake of my young life.
Oh, no.
But it was already too late.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
The water just starts sliding under the door and he goes, oh, Timmy's melted.
I felt through the handle of the internal mechanisms, lift against the pressure of the water, heard the rush of gravity-assisted water, and looked down at the already full brown bowl just in time to register a moment of stillness.
A moment of silence for this man's career. It's just him farting.
Perhaps the toilet was designed in such a manner so that such events could not happen.
I prayed.
I was young and inexperienced, and so much of the world worked, and how so much of the world worked was a complete and utter mystery to me.
It still is to me, my friend. Don't feel bad about this. And that's why we started this podcast, so I can understand everything in the universe ever.
I don't even know who I am.
Who?
Moo?
No, you.
Oh, yes.
Love
So how the world worked was a complete mystery to me, that in the moment I felt hope. Hope born of the trust that the adults who ran the world knew what they were doing, and it was safe in their hands. They had thought of this, obviously, because how could they have not known this would be a problem and that it could occur, and then took steps to ensure that it wouldn't happen? But then the water began to rise, and in the moment, the dark brown liquid crested the rim as it began to flow down towards the floor of the small half bath.
Oh my god. What I was imagining is that he just ran out of the room, grabbed a parent and went, I shit big!
I had big pool, small brain moment. Gotta go.
Water everywhere.
It's not so much water anymore.
My mom called poo, I go.
I am the mud mage. Run! I have cast thine spell on your bathroom.
Freeze!
It's not working.
I read it wrong.
Right, so in my childish innocence and trust for the system my forebearers had built was now lost. Life was chaos, and any idea that there may have been a plan for us, celestial or human or otherwise, was a lie. Time slowed with the combination of existential traumas and the memory of the shit water hitting the floor and beginning to spread still remains one of my most vivid and crystalline memories decades later. I
This
didn't.
sounds very traumatizing. I'm feeling traumatized for this guy.
He's certainly using a lot of words.
I wish he wouldn't.
This is really hard.
Like the shit.
Oh, I didn't scream or yell or run. I stood there transfixed as my own mess turned into a much, much larger problem. As it spread across the small floor under the door leading to the hall and instantly dyed the carpets showing underneath.
The cat in the hat. With a
It was
baseball
very
bat.
poetic, that
Yes,
little...
it was.
Uh,
This story has everything. I think this is maybe one of the Hall of Fame stories. I'm going to be honest.
bedroom of fame.
Bathroom of Fame.
Yeah, we haven't got enough money for a hall. We just put all the good pictures up in the bathroom.
Not our bathroom, though.
No.
Just some random person's bathroom.
I find other people's bathrooms and I put pictures in them.
And blood.
Pictures of...
And blood.
Yeah.
Their blood. After I'm finished,
They never knew
buy
what
the
hit.
cow!
The water level, having hit resistance, then began to rise. I felt it seeping into my shoes and socks.
It hit resistance.
So hitting resistance then began to rise. I felt it seeping into my shoes and socks.
Oh, no.
I could sense the smell of it rising from the level of offensive but acceptable
To downright cancelled.
to that of an open sewer.
Oh, my God.
So cancelled.
This would be traumatic for someone to go through this. I'm imagining me in this situation, and I would be crying at this point.
No, I'm loving it.
I do this every weekend. What do you mean?
This is my job. And then for the first time...
It is somebody's job.
Oh, and then for the first time, I noticed the vent. Chekhov's other gun then fired, and I settled my vision on the floor AC vent. Just in time to witness the water sweep over the minor levee of its sides and create for a few brief and darkly beautiful moments the feature forever resembled by me, but never spoken aloud, as Wonka's chocolate waterfall.
So he's a mud magician. A mud
Mage.
mage. Sorry. I'm sorry.
Do not take my craft so lightly.
Do not use my name in vain. I am God.
I am the Poop Princess. And you shall address me by my correct form.
Your prettiness.
Bitch.
That is me.
I then finally made a noise. Not remembered as a sound, but as a spasm of my lungs and vocal cords. I made the noise.
Join my air.
I made the noise with my spinal column.
Oh, God. Imagine standing outside of that room. First you just hear...
I think he died.
Well, first you hear him just going... and then you hear... and then you hear... glug, glug, glug over, and then all you hear is... of his body snapping. You're like, Jesus Christ. What is going on in there? I am the mud mage. You hear that as well.
With the sudden tension in my quads and shoulders, which raised me to my toes and outstretched arms, all of a sudden, outside the means of concise volition, I wailed like a mother hyena, watching...
So after he just snapped all of his ribs and bones and spinal cord, now he's screaming.
like that's a hyena.
He just starts laughing. I am the mud mage.
Watching a lion begin to charge her pups. So I wailed like a mother hyena watching a lion being charged. I wasn't.
This guy is very eloquent with his similes.
He is. I wailed like a mother hyena watching a lion and a lion begin to charge her pups. It wasn't a human sound. I wasn't a human being. I was the mud. I was an entity. An entity.
An intensity.
I've got this. He uses so many words.
He's so well spoken, the mud mage.
Right, fourth time is the charm. I wailed like a mother hyena watching a lion begin to charge her pups. It wasn't a human sound. I wasn't a human being. I was an entity of filth and shame and worry and of fear and longing for a quick and sudden death. That is my final lasting memory of the event, the sound and the dread. The aftermath of it all lost to me. I know that my friend arrived first, and I had a moment to register his disgust before his parents arrived. It all got cleaned up, though the carpet stain, the whole carpet stain came out, and there was no lasting water damage. I was able to smell myself every time I came into their house.
Oh, so he left his mark. So that's nice.
Might have been psychological, like memories tied to olfactory senses.
Or just no one cleaned out the pipes.
Well, literally fucking trauma.
Or no one cleaned the pipes and the shit's just still pooling around under there.
On warm days, it rode on the cool air. On cold days, it assaulted the heated air.
Oh no. Oh gosh.
The friendship did not last.
I wonder why.
The friendship did not last the trauma, and I haven't seen him since high school. I've been looking for him. I'd like to poo in his bathroom. The end!
I would like to come over and use your restroom facilities. Thank you very much.
Do you have a plunger?
Do you also have air ducts in the floor? Because that was really fun last time. Well, thank you very much, Howard, for reading that last one. That was a really good story, actually, to be fair. That'll do it for this episode. You can check out all the links for all the stories and everything at cluelessinter.net. You can follow us on Twitter at cluelessnet to stay up to date when all of these episodes go out. You can email us at podcast@cluelessinter.net. And I'll be streaming on Sundays, starting at between 6 and 7 p.m. GMT.
Gumt.
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 And I'm currently playing The Long Dark, if you're interested in watching me play that, or Bully, or whatever the fuck fancies might take. But yeah, it's just come and play video games with me, basically. And we'll be back in 2 weeks. Thank you for listening. We hope you enjoyed. And goodbye,
Adios.
Amigos.
Mud Mage. I don't know why they didn't buy a cow. As I was reading it the whole time, I was like, this is cute, this is adorable, buy a cow!
It's like those parents when like an animal dies and they go and buy like an exact
Another
replacement.
child.
They was like, well, let's go get another cow, and they got to the place and they're like, there's no cows. This one kind of looks like a cow.
This gerbil looks like a cow. It's just really small.
Hey, little guy, can you say moo?
Good enough, close enough.
You
Yeah,
got the
come on.
pat.
Oh, come on. Good job.
They just put him into it. They just put the tiny javel into an animatronic. They've gone through all this massive effort to put him inside an animatronic cow, and it's like, moo.
Cow noises.
Grazing.
just the mouth is just clawing across the floor
The
horribly.
jaw just falls like,
Delicious. I mean,
moo.
yes, do that. Buy a cow!